Hello, hello, flying in. Woo! Hello, welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Daphne Brogdon. My regular channel is Daph Brog, but I love coming here every week on Food Talk TV, which is the longest running live culinary show, live cooking show on TikTok. Every day you tune in here, you will see different culinary creators. My bona fides, why I'm here, is I used to own restaurants and I had a Food Network show called Daphne Dishes, as well as my YouTube channel, Daphne Dishes Again, which I haven't posted in weeks, but that's another story. So anyway, welcome. Today I'm gonna make a Zuni-like chicken, I'll explain, a mint and sugar snap pea salad, but I'm starting with an almond cake with nectarines. And if I have time, I also have a little aperitivo to make. Now there's gonna be a through line in all of these. There's gonna be like a shared ingredient in all of these. And, well, most of them. It's either the nectarines or the dried raisins. And I'll explain it all. So wait a minute, let me just, I have to go to this right here so I can see what is happening. Yep, there, I have to look at myself. Yep, there I am. God, I wish I could get a blowout before I go live. Okay, so last week I had the camera positioned so that I could see it. But the problem is then when I was editing some of it, I felt like I was getting so much of my pre-neck lift neck. See how I'm planning my future plastic surgery. I didn't like the angle. I'm over 50, I gotta think about these things. Okay, so everybody, oops, what happened here? Okay, so as you can see right here, I've already started. This is one of my favorite recipes to make. It's from, wait, let me show you the cookbook. Alexa, turn down. So this was from my late husband, Chef Mark Peel, has an extensive cookbook collection, and this is one of them that we had. So this is A Platter of Figs by David Tanis, who is one of the chefs at Chez Panisse, which my husband had been, oh, that seems so weird. Anyway, my husband was the assistant pastry chef many years ago before he went on to his own glory. That sounds like he died. Wait, he did die. I meant more, you know, fame, food fame. So anyway, and David Tanis is also the executive chef at my favorite restaurant in Los Angeles called Lulu's, which is a collaboration also with Alice Waters, who started Chez Panisse. So his stuff is in keeping kind of with the way my husband cooked, which is always using fresh ingredients. Very long explanation for, this is a very yummy, simple little cake. It has very little flour, and it's a cup of ground almonds. I did not want to subject you to hearing what that sounded like. I thought that would just be not so much fun. Thank you guys for joining. Hey, be sure to tap the screen. You know how important that is in the TikTok universe. Tap the screen. Tapping is clapping. Also, I put up, instead of the roses, which is like the 1 cent reward or whatever, I did the white doves because I'm in Los Angeles. And as you might have heard, there's been a little civil unrest around here. So can't we all just get along? There we go. Yay, Mustard Queen's coming in with some white doves. Thank you so much. And Trini's here. How are you, Trini? So good to see you. Thank you so much. So this is a very simple recipe. It's a cup of almonds ground, half a cup of sugar, third of a cup of flour, which is nothing, you know, a few ounces. A little salt, 2 large eggs, which you whip up with a half a cup of whole milk, 2 tablespoons sweet butter, and again, I use ounces. I can't stand tablespoons as measurements. So I already did that part, so you don't have to suffer through it. And I did it partly because I was given these really nice nectarines by my friend, and they are super ripe, and if I don't cook with them today, they're gonna go south. But oh my God, they're so sweet and flavorful, which is why later I'm gonna use some to make like a little sangria, because waste not, want not, especially when you got a cheap bottle of Merlot. So there we go. So let's start just putting this on so we can, because one thing I've had to learn is how to get stuff done in the hour here on Food Talk TV. And thank you for joining. You guys, please tap that screen. Oh, Mama's baking here. And oh, let's see, I have to look here because, again, going back to my neck, I'm over 50. Thank you everybody who's joining. So right now I'm putting the finishing touches on my nectarine almond cake. I haven't made this in a while, but when I do, it's a huge crowd pleaser in my family. My son and my fiance really like it. It's great when it comes right out of the oven, of course, but what I find is it keeps really well, you know, as long as I cover it, and it makes a very nice little breakfast, and also a nice little afternoon treat, you know, when you're feeling you're lagging. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be weird if it was like a TikTok creator? I bet it was like Amazon or something, but sorry, goodness. Okay, all right, enough. Oh, okay. Yeah. Stop it. Okay, it must have been alcohol because it was UPS and I had to sign for it, and then my dog went nuts. Sorry about that. Back to the show. This is Food Talk TV with Daphne Brogdon, formerly of Food Network Daphne Dishes, and we are making a nectarine almond cake and chicken and salad and all kinds of great stuff. What did I miss? Oh, good. Taylor's letting you know what's happening here. So I'm really celebrating the great food from the Bay Area because Chez Panisse, of course, one of those famous restaurants, came out of Berkeley, California. And later, I'm going to be doing a simplified version of the Zuni chicken. Zuni is a restaurant. Alexa, turn down. Zuni is a legendary restaurant in San Francisco, and Judy Rogers was the chef there. And she came up with this great dish called Zuni chicken, which I'll tell you later about. It's too elaborate for me to do in an hour, so I did a simplified version. Try saying that 3 times fast. Okay, so what I'm doing, can you see how I'm making like these little, I'm fanning out the nectarines here. Little fan out of the nectarines. And if you have any requests too of anything you want me to see make, I can take it under advisement for next week. But yeah, so what I like, I am not a frosting fan. I don't like cakes with big frosting. First of all, it's too sweet. And then, you know what, if you don't eat it right away, it doesn't last. Whereas a cake like this is gonna last. It will last a while. So you don't have to eat it in one sitting. Almost there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna spread a little tiny bit. I was thinking I had my little net, but I don't, so I'm going to use this as bar equipment. I'm sure, Taylor, you probably got that, but this is bar equipment. Okay, well, that's not the most clever, but let's try it. A little heavier than I would have thought, but it's fine. It'll taste good. And now we're going to pop it in the oven, and it's going to be ready to show you before the end of the show. And I purposely did one of these kind of tart pans where the sides come off. I like that. I like those kind of things. From my house to yours, sort of. All right, let's put it in there. Preheat the oven. I think it's going to take about 30-40 minutes. Is there anybody here who can remind me his bab's on? Somebody could remind me 35 minutes to check that. Okay, we're going to go on to the next thing. So, I am a big lover of croutons. And I'm also a crouton snob. My favorite croutons are homemade croutons. And there's a few reasons. I love them for the flavor. But also I love it for, I'm sure this happens to y'all, where like you go into your bread box or like a bread drawer, and you're like, no one's gonna eat these anymore. They've started to go south. They don't have anything green on them, but maybe, you know, they've been exposed to a little too much air. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for starting that. Well, you know what you can do? Make some croutons. Now Alexa's not playing anything. Alexa, turn up. I feel like she used to be such a reliable sidekick, and now it's so difficult. Keep tapping the screen. We don't have that many hearts. What's happening here? Just tap the screen. It doesn't cost you anything. Just tap the screen. So, I'm going to put that on. We're going to do a lot of oil. Really oil up the pan. Now what's great, this crouton is going to be part of this Zuni simplified chicken. So let me explain a little bit more about the Zuni chicken. A real Zuni chicken is you take a whole chicken, uncover it, and stick it overnight in the fridge. And you do that. Fran Diego's here. Oh, phew, thank you. Yay, Fran, I'm so happy to see you. So you want to dry out that skin, okay? And then you like shove it in with herbs under when you're eventually going to cook it with, and you slow roast it, and you put oil on top of the skin, so it's really, really good. Meanwhile, you make these croutons with dried currants, and it's this, and at the end of it, you take the chicken droppings, that awesome chicken grease, and pour it over the croutons, and then you toss it over with bitter greens. And that's great. It's just too much to mix. And I think also some of those ingredients are not necessarily hanging around. So instead of dried currants, I'm going to use raisins. And instead of a big whole chicken, which is going to take a while, I'm just using some chicken breast. But the most important ingredient is the croutons, which can also be a nice accompaniment for any dish, for any salad. I also picked up a loaf of French bread. So if you don't want to use your leftover, which is fine, and I don't want to cut it. I want the cruder, the better. This is what I love, because I am a big, wait, am I going to put that on? Hey, I better put it in the bowl first. Hang on, hold the phone. Oh my God, when I went to the market this morning, I felt so bad for this lady. There was some lady who was buying a gigantic glass bottle of water, which, please, tap water's fine. I mean, it's too much effort. Anyway, I heard this boom, you know, this huge sound. And since I'd just been watching, you know, a couple days ago on the news, whatever, the people were looting downtown LA, I was a little like, what? and I see this poor woman, and she's just a mountain of glass. And she goes, how am I going to clean that up? And I said, I don't think you can. I think you got to go fetch a worker with a big dustbin to help you out there. Anyway, oh, Babs is here. Oh, yay. Hi, Babs. Thank you. I was calling for you, Babs. I was calling for you. I need my regulars. So anyway, the point is, I think my food, it tastes good. It doesn't always look the best. Because I'm not like super anal, you know, so I'm not going to have the most beautifully plated, whatever. But my philosophy is don't be afraid to cook. Just because you can't cook like, I don't know, name your person. Don't dissuade yourself from cooking. Still cook. And what I love about making these croutons is it's as easy as this. It's just ripping off. It's just these rough bits. Although this bread is fresh now, I don't want to eat it. Yum. Anyway, so just gonna make, for ease here, we're just gonna do like a half loaf. And then, let me look at, I'm hungry. Oh, Bab, I'm sorry. I wish you were here. I'd feed you. Nobody's gonna be home for a few hours, I think, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I told you guys my daughter is in Italy, and she's having, shocker, having the time of her life. She's staying with friends of ours, a friend who's a chef in Turin, which is in northern Italy. She's taking Italian classes, and in her Italian class, she's met some nice young gal from Belgium who speaks English. She goes, oh, Mom, she speaks English, she's Belgian. She rolls her own cigarettes. She's the coolest. And so just before this, she sent me a photo of her having an aperitivo with her newly manicured hands. And I was like, oh, first of all, good for you. Have an awesome time, and great time not to be here. You're doing well. So anyway, let me look at, I have to look at this really fast here, just to remind myself. For the croutons, we're gonna do the rustic bread torn into chunks, day old is best, oh well. Olive oil, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Oh, wait a minute, that's what I was doing. Sorry, back up. That's why I had the pan on. This is what I like to do. So I already put the olive oil in there. Then what I do is I get a clove of garlic, take it off, and I'm gonna smash it, and we're just gonna infuse this oil with the garlic. So I don't want to chop up the garlic because we're gonna fish it out. There we go. And if you're just joining us, I'm Daphne Brogdon. This is Food Talk TV, the longest running live cooking show on TikTok in TikTok history. Oh, Babs, thank you so much. Thank you for the rewards. You're so sweet. So we're just gonna let this kind of, so the garlic is gonna infuse here for a couple of minutes. And then we're gonna be, then it's just the oil, dry fruit, blah, blah, blah. Very good. Now you can also, sometimes what I do, depending upon the timing of a dish, is I will toss the croutons in a bowl with oil, lay them flat on a cooking sheet, and put them in there because there's something else I want to do. So it just kind of depends what your timing is in the fridge. Thank you for the big gift. Oh, and Trini, I love the little, I gotta figure out, you guys gotta tell me how I get that Daphne Dishes Again. That is so awesome. Oh my God, I think I need to get my roots done. I'm looking a little dark. Okay. So we're just gonna move that garlic around a little bit in the oil. I don't want to keep it in there too long because it'll get bitter. Oh my God, I gotta tell you my big plans tonight. So excited. So I helped put the block party together, and I hired this magician who used to come to my kids' parties. And then as a thank you for getting him hired for this gig, he said, I have sent you an invite to the Magic Castle. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this, but in Los Angeles, it's a big deal. It's been around forever. It's up on the hill. It's called the Magic Castle, and it's like you go and have a nice dinner and you watch a magic show. But you can't just go and buy a ticket. You have to be invited. I've lived here most of my adult life, and I've never been invited. So I'm finally going tonight. Ta-da! So I'm very excited about that. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Block party. Oh yeah, Babs, block party. I'm kind of a community nerd. I've done it many years. I'm very proud of what we do. It's thankless. It's very, very hard. There's only 6 of us, really 4, that do everything. But man, when people come together live and in person, and I host a dog show. We do a little best in show, and having the little kids, and then I go, oh, it's all worth it. It's like childbirth. Oh, I forget how difficult it was. Anyway, okay. Here's my croutons. So, not like I said, if I was doing it in the oven, I would oil it up, but instead I'm putting it in the pan. I think I need to move the camera. There we go. Yes, there we go. I look like I feared bread. Don't fear bread. So by the way, you guys, LA is not under siege. We're not on fire. The media really overblows it. There was a problem, but it was this tiny speck of the city. So, shocker. You don't get the full story from social media and TV. All right, so can you see how, oh no, this is in the way. So I want to just kind of crisp these croutons up with the garlic, and I think it might work better when we do them in the oven, but I don't think that really works for our show. Does it? Does it work for our show? I don't think so. Keep tapping that screen. We're not at 2,000 yet. We have some here in San Diego. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, what do you have in San Diego? What did I miss? Oh, block parties? That's great. Block parties are great. Man, thank the people who organize it. Oh, I can really smell the garlic. That's great. Because it is a pain in the tuchus. Yeah, we had a bouncy slide for the kids. I had crafts. I had all kinds of stuff. So there we go. Now we're gonna put in this case raisins, but you could also do dried currants. You could do dried cherries. Any kind of dried fruit. Oh, and shoot, where is it? Darn it. Okay, I had a little bag of pine nuts. I really like pine nuts in this. That's really very Zuni-like. Pretending I put pine nuts in it because I don't want to take the time to find it. So croutons. So you could do this even on a weeknight, without much planning. Croutons, olive oil, dried nuts, garlic. Now we're going to set this aside. Here's me setting it aside without pothole. I'm going to turn that down, put that over here, and then we've got chicken. So, normally, again, with the classic Zuni chicken, you'd be using a whole chicken. I always prefer dark meat. That's no knock on white guys. I just prefer dark meat chicken, okay? It's more flavorful. But I had all these chicken breasts on hand, so I'm using that. Now, if you use chicken, oh, Maria, hi, so glad to see you. If you use chicken breast and you don't marinate it, you are punishing the people that are going to eat it. I can't tell you how many times I go over to some friend's house for dinner and they're like, oh, we just threw some chicken breast, you know, just grilled some chicken breast. And I was like, did you marinate it? Did you brine it? Nope. And it tastes like it. So I did a quick little marinade this morning with some mirin, which is like a sweet vinegar, some onions, and some salt. You have to have some acid to break down chicken breast because it's bland as dirt clods. So that's the story there. So let me move my nectarine here, and I'm gonna chunk the chicken up. And welcome to Food Talk TV. If you're just joining, I'm Daphne Brogdon. My channel is Daph Brog. I was on the Food Network show, Daphne Dishes Again, which is still available apparently on Apple, Amazon, I can't remember what. And a YouTube channel, which I've greatly neglected the last few weeks. So I've got to get back to that. Keep tapping the screen. How many got? 2,000. We got to do better than that, you guys. Come on, keep tapping. Keep tapping. Wait a minute. I can tap myself. I'm going to like my own show. There you go. So this makes a nice lunch, nice dinner. Oh, I think I need a little more oil in there. I always cook with cast iron. That's my preference. Unless I'm making like eggs or something. Okay, hold on. Oh, thank you, Fran. Yes, thank you, Bab. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, switching phones. Be right back. All right, Fran, we're waiting for you. It's not the same without the core Food Talk TV gang, but we also welcome new viewers. And if you have some kind of food that you want to see cooked, let me know. I'm a monkey. I'm open to suggestions. So, move that chicken around. And Zuni is a place named after a place in New Mexico. But Zuni, the restaurant in San Francisco, is still there. And the chicken is so delicious. And I think that's good enough for now. The chicken they make, not only does that chicken take too long to show you on this live cast, I remember my ex-boyfriend and I would show up, we'd be like, you want the Zuni chicken? And they're like, it's made to order. We're like, okay. It takes 45 minutes. And even, we'd order it out by the end. I was like eating my forearm and ready to break up with them. Like I was just like, I can't take it. I'm so hungry and I want that chicken. Finally get it. They're like, ate like Quest for Fire. And that's Caveman to people who weren't alive in the 80s. And yeah, it was hard to wait. But it's a crowd pleaser. It's a crowd pleaser. Okay, you see I'm just moving the chicken around here. We never miss your show. Oh, Trini, you're so sweet. You are such a sport. So Trini cooks. You gotta come watch her here tomorrow on Food Talk TV, but go to her channel if you haven't. I don't know how she cooks so much. I mean, for me, it's a big effort to cook, and I gotta clean and blah, blah, blah. Trini is a live cooking machine. And also the Mustard Queen on the weekend, if you want to know how best to tailgate and party, the Mustard Queen's got you covered there on the weekend. So just check out all of the lineup on Food Talk TV. And the recipes are posted. Taylor, where can we see these recipes? I already sent you one recipe. So now I gotta do, so remember how I said there's a through line to all of this, okay? The through line. So I'm using a white balsamic, and I really want a little vinegar kick here. So the through line is the olive oil, right? And we're going to, so I already have the crispy croutons from earlier, right? And then I want this, I really like arugula, but they have this thing, it's a combo red butter, yeah, baby red butter. So light red leaf, basically, and arugula. And I thought, oh, that would be great, because I don't mind that bitter of arugula, but some people you might want to moderate it a little softer. So let's take some lettuce, put it in the croutons. There we go. I'm kind of making like one huge portion right now. And leaven, also in the, so white balsamic, vinegar, salt, and then let's toss all of that. So you're going to toss the croutons and the lettuce. And I know usually with a salad you don't want to toss it till the very end, but because I want some of that vinegar on the croutons, I actually like to rest it a little longer. So this is a great bread salad. Look at that. It just makes it so much more interesting. Like, and then, you know, if you're trying to I'm trying to eat more fiber, that would be me. I'm trying to eat more fiber. But it's boring sometimes eating fiber. But if you put some crispy croutons in it, it's less boring. It's more exciting. What did I miss? Food Talk TV. Oh yeah, Babs makes all the Trini's dishes. Well, they're good dishes. I don't know how she comes up with so many. All right, so I think this chicken's almost done. So we're gonna have to drain it. Let's see. So we're having some not too bad with our June gloom. LA traditionally has some awful June gloom where I just go like, what did I moved up Portland? You know, but it's really only been bad in the morning and then it burns off. The one bumper, I have to, another side story. So as you guys know, sadly my mother passed 3 weeks ago today. And so my sisters and I are trying to like dig through her house and it's our childhood home, you know, look to, we're gonna sell it, blah, 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 whatever. So I was showing it to some realtors yesterday to get their opinion. And I'm like, well, I know you can't see because of the June gloom, but actually you can see the Santa Monica Mountains from here and you can see the ocean. And I'm like, this really affects the price we get. But like, can you just visualize? Most of the year there's a view. There you go. What are you gonna do? It was exhausting. It was interesting, but exhausting. Okay, so now I've drained that. What do I miss? Did I miss anything? You guys keep tapping. What are we at? Ah! We're at, yay, you guys have been tapping so well. I love it. We're almost at 6. Thank you so much. I want to look like a winner. I mean, I know I don't have Trini numbers, but you know, just my little modest Wednesday show here. I'm here every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time on Food Talk TV, the longest running live cooking show in TikTok history. So, to review, we have my simplified Zuni chicken. We've got the croutons that I made with the raisins and the arugula and baby lettuce. And then we're gonna put that chicken in. Just give it a toss. Just keep going around and around and around. This is a good dish. Now, if it was dinner time, with a crisp little white wine, chilled white wine, this would be so nice. This would be great. And it's just, and it's a one-pot meal, really, because you got your vegetables, you got your carbs, your chicken, the whole shebang. And there we go. Look at that. That's the simplified Zuni chicken. It's really good, and it's really simple, and the recipe's gonna be on there. Now I'm gonna show you something else that I'm gonna serve it with. Yay! You know what also you could do, which I kind of spaced on, I forgot about, is when you're cooking the chicken, I could have gone out to my side yard and gotten some rosemary. Maybe cook it with some rosemary too. That's just another flavor profile. I've done that before. It's good. Oh, yay, Trini, delicious, thank you. Okay, wait, what did you say? I'm definitely one of the funniest creators on the show. Thank you. What I lack in cooking talent, I make up for in humor. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, for my next bit, we're going to blanch some sugar snap peas. So, again, what's the through line in all this? Well, the through line is great restaurants from the Bay Area and the chefs that are associated with them. So like I said, so on Tuesday nights, my son and I take Italian classes at the Italian Cultural Institute because I'm engaged to Italian. We take classes at Italian Cultural Institute, which is in Westwood near UCLA, not under siege, not on fire. And afterwards, probably, I don't know, twice a month, we meet my daughter and my fiance or a friend, and we go to Lulu's, which is owned by Alice Waters of Chez Panisse fame, and the executive chef is David Tanis, who made the nectarine cake that I made earlier. So it's all through life. So the other night I'm there, and I get this salad, sugar snap pea mint salad, and I was like, oh my God, this is so delicious. So of course my brain's always like, how do I make this? How do I make this at home? I want to make this at home. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna heat the water up for the sugar snap peas, but let's go into my garden and get something else that we need. So here we go. We're going. Oh, we're on the road. On the road again. Okay, we'll go look out. See the garden. Oh, I have to show you. I planted a new, what do you call it? Black-eyed Susan. They're so pretty. And they're so prolific because I have this gray wall here, which was sort of a bummer. So look at how it's taking over the bummer gray wall. Isn't that great? And I had this other one, which I managed to kill. So I just planted this one and had a guy come and put these. So hopefully it looks prettier, just to soften the wall. So we're getting mint. Obviously you can buy mint at the garden, but by all means, you can be the world's worst gardener, and I promise you can raise mint. Mint is so strong. Once you plant it, you can't even get rid of it if you wanted to. It just takes over everything. And sure, mint is famous for its smell, but you know what's actually good for you? It has, it's a good food. So I'll just cut some little mint. There we go. I'm gonna make smoothies. I put it in my smoothies. My chickens are still doing good. I can't let them out unsupervised though, because they come up here and they poop or come into the kitchen. I don't know who's watching who saw that one. That was hilarious with October Dragonfly. Okay, come on, Butters. So, good for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was really proud of it. It's so pretty. The one bummer though is I really wanted the yellow black-eyed Susan, not the orange, but I couldn't find it. So there we go. Water's heating up. Let's clean our mint. And if you're just joining, you're watching Food Talk TV. We don't always scavenge in the garden, only when we need to make something good and tasty. Oh, you saw that one. Which one? Okay. Oh, you saw the one with the chickens. Yeah, I know, right? Was that hilarious? God, you couldn't have scripted that. That was so good. All right, let me put the little camera back. Let me put you back in your place. Hopefully, I do it right. Yep, there we go. So, how are we doing for the cake? How much more time do we have? Chickens! Yes, the chickens. I love it. You guys are so great. Thank you if you're just joining. Oh, Kaz is in the house. Oh my gosh, fantastic. That was the best chicken and waffles. Ah, thank you. Okay, 4 minutes. Okay, great. So we're gonna blanch the sugar snap peas. So far we've made the simplified Zuni chicken with the bread salad. We've got the nectarine almond cake in process. And now we're working on a fantastic side dish, which is also inspired by Chef David Tanis, who has my favorite restaurant in Los Angeles. Okay. So I'm just gonna throw them all in here. I just was thinking, I want to cut them. I'm like, oh, should I have cut them? No, I shouldn't cut them before. I cut them afterwards. I don't want to take it because then the peas would fall out. I am not a fan of raw sugar snap peas. Sometimes people put raw sugar snap peas in a salad. That's when I feel like I'm being punished, you know? Like, I feel like, God, do I have to work that hard to be healthy? I don't want it. Oh, this was cute. So as I told you, we were cleaning out my mom's house, and she loved to travel. So I found this old, it's from the 70s, Speedy Italian. Oh, here, eating and drinking. And since I'm taking Italian. Okay, please bring me. Per piaci mi porti. Per piaci mi porti vino, you know. Do you guys know what eggs are? Speaking of chickens. It's kind of a funny word, uovo. It's U-O-V-A. It's pronounced uovo. I have a hard time with the U-O's and the G-L sound in Italian. I do find that a little challenging. Getting acquainted. It's really funny sometimes when I love reading the old ones because they'll say things like, how do I exchange my traveler's checks? You know, things that nobody does anymore. Okay, so we're gonna blast the sugar snap peas. We got this. I need oh no, that bowl has something in it. Oh, I gotta use this bowl. So again, we're gonna use, there's a through line of flavors. So I'm gonna use the same white balsamic for this. I also am going to take some of those raisins, or it could be dried currants if you had dried currants. Oh, they're in the pot holder. Okay. I'm so glad my daughter's in Italy. I'm so happy for her. I'm so excited that she's having an adventure. But right before she left, she did help me with this live cast, and I'm like, oh, it's way easier when somebody else helps you. Okay, so I'm going to chop these up. I'm chopping, let it be known that I am now chopping dried raisins. Commence chopping of dried raisins. I don't want to assume that everybody knows what I'm doing, because I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. All right, what did I miss? Anything else? No, you all are talking to each other. Yeah, you're also friends. Virtual friends. Listen, it's great to be friends in real life, hence my previous conversation about my block party. But I think that some of these TikTok communities are a nice second. Okay, so chop that up. I don't want to let that go a little bit more. All right, let me just wipe out this. I don't mind a little chicken flavor. Just gonna wipe out a little bit of it. There we go. When you guys cook, do all your dogs come into the kitchen? I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, of course, he's no dummy. He's waiting for everything to drop on the floor. And you know, with me, it's gonna drop on the floor. I don't even have to probably buy him dog food. He's a well-fed dog. Oh, good. Definitely. Yay! Yay! I'm glad. Good laughs. Okay. I'll be here all night. Oh my God, I almost forgot to tell you guys. Oh my God, I forgot. I was on a podcast. I've never been asked on a podcast before. Oh, Babs, thank you. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Babs, thank you so much for the doves. That's so sweet. If you'd have to give me a dove, I'm gonna do this. So the podcast, this comic friend of mine, Jody Miller, who I used to pay her to punch up my material years ago when I was doing stand-up. She's done well for herself. Anyway, she has a podcast now. It's called Don't Call Me Ma'am, and she seems to be, it's kind of newer. I think she's sort of dealing with like comics raising kids, comics like kind of a, I don't know. Anyway, so she had me on, and I was like, oh, how great, I'm going to be on a comic podcast. She's like, yo, I just saw your mom died, and I know your husband died a few years ago, so I want you to come on and talk about grief. Because knee slapper. But I was happy to come on. So if you can see on Spotify or podcast, it's called Don't Call Me Ma'am. It just dropped on Monday. I think it's about 45 minutes or something. I haven't listened to the whole thing. There's also like a video element of it, so I tried to dress nice. And then the clip I saw, I have like a button pushed out and you can like see part of my bra. So I was like, great. Even when I try to dress up, it doesn't work out. But anyway, so Don't Call Me Ma'am podcast. Check it out. I'm on it. There you go. So I'm going to just set that aside right now. And we're going to bring this pan back over. Okay. And we're going to do a quick little marinade with our saute. We're sauteing the raisins and a little bit of chopped onions. See how I've learned to not bore you with me chopping onions? I'm just trying to prep things like the big kids do. So, onions, a little bit of onions, a little bit of dried raisins. And you know, I think we all fall into food ruts. God knows, and during the pandemic when I had I got really sick of my food. So I try to find other things to spice stuff up. She did say 30. Oh, let me see. Let me check. Let me check the cake. No, I don't think it's ready yet. No, I actually think it might need another 10 minutes. I think it might need another 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So this is just diced onions and raisins. That's different, right? You don't usually have that. Okay, now put this mint aside, and I'm going to drain my blanched sugar snap peas. There we go. Very, very fresh. And that's really the hallmark of the David Tanis, Alice Waters, as well as my husband's food. And that's the kind of food that I feel most associated with, that I feel most connected to, that kind of, you know, having the ingredients stand on there, using fresh ingredients. And I really, you know, like my husband was like, he always admired people who could do the gastronomique, I can't even say the word. You know, the fancy where they emulsify and make something look different. But he was always like, I want the food to look like the food. I want the ingredients to look like the ingredients. So that's definitely my bent as well. Okay. So I can't eat raw onions. It's the only food I can't eat. It gives me horrendous heartburn. So I can't put raw onions in a salad. So I have to, they either have to be pickled or sauteed. That's one of the reasons I'm doing it this way. That's good. So now we're going to chop the sugar snap peas. Just to remind you, we already did our entree, which I'm super chuffed about. The simplified Zuni chicken, homemade bread croutons, dried raisins, sauteed chicken. That's a good story. That's a good story right there. All right. So I pretty much do each snap pea in thirds because I'm trying to think about bites. Ooh, you know what? I might have cooked these a little longer than I should have. They should be probably have a little bit more of a crunch than I did here, but not terrible. Some people are gonna like that. And like I said, I really can't. I feel like if I have a raw sugar snap pea, it's just too much effort. I don't think we need to do that anymore. I mean, don't you feel like it's a victory if you're just eating a whole natural, unprocessed piece of food? Piece of food. Thank you for the hearts that are coming in. I love it. You guys are so sweet. So sweet. What are we up to? 14.4. God, I feel like Sally Fields at the Oscars in the 80s. You like me. You really like me. Huh? That was an embarrassing moment. All right. So we've got, what was this? I'm literally like, what did I use this for? Didn't I just use this to saute? Yeah, I can use it. Yeah, just oil and salt. Okay, so let's just, because I'll make it a little smaller one. Yeah, okay. Let's put the snap peas here. That's not big enough. That's why I was going to use this. That's right. There we go. snap peas, and I'm gonna get the currants. They're not currants, they're raisins, but they could be currants. Currants or raisins, and onions. At Lulu's they didn't have raisins in their thing, but I just think it'd be fun. Okay, and then we're gonna just rip off a mint leaf. It's clean, it's whole. I'm not even gonna chop it. And that's for a couple reasons. One, most importantly, it looks cool. There you go. And one of the things that I learned working in restaurants is that, you know, you have to kind of think about, okay, how does this plate, how do these bites come together so that this bite and this other bite of the snap pea are roughly the same size. So think about that presentation factor. And it's also different, like when I was cooking when my kids were little kids, and I just had to make everything like really small and inoffensive to them just so they could eat. That was difficult. I don't miss that part. All that orange food they wanted. You'd knock yourself out. They'd be like, "Can we have chicken tenders?" And you'd be like, "Thanks a lot." Yeah. Okay. So then we're gonna do white balsamic. Little lemon. See the through line? See, I'm putting a lot of the same ingredients. Squeeze a lemon. Who's took my tongs? Alright. This plate's probably a little big for serving this. Also, if you're in a restaurant, you'd be like, no, the table is going to get filled with dishes. You have to use smaller plates, but I don't have that many pretty plates. Now I know what to ask for Santa. Okay. So there's the salad. I'm going to go really up close to you here so you can see it. See? So it's mint, sugar snap peas, dried raisins, and some sauteed onion. So we've got the Zuni chicken, the sugar snap mint salad. We've got the nectarine cake in the oven. This is going to be a hell of a meal. My God. What did I do right? All right. Now it's time to taste. Let's do some taste. I'm going to, since I have nobody else, and I'm going to pretend that Doris, my cousin, has come to visit. Doris, come and taste the food. I want you to taste my food. Oh, gosh, Daph, you cook such good food. When I'm in Poughkeepsie, I don't eat like this, but I'm going to try it. All right, let me try this. I'll make a perfect bite here, just like you taught me, Daphne, as your cousin. Oh, I like it. Oh, the flavors must be awesome, says Babs. Oh! Hi, Christine, how are you? How are you feeling, sweetie? Oh, I'm so glad I like it. Doris, what do you think? I like it. Wait, I have a note as Daphne. I have to not be Doris right now. Okay, here's my note. I think it's good. It's totally flavorful. People will be happy to eat it. I would prefer to finish these off in the oven and make them a little crispier. That would be my preference. Christine says I'm just sore, but really I'm good. Okay, good. There was a little mishap. I don't want to violate HIPAA by saying what happened, but she's okay now, so that's good. Anyway, this is delicious. Sorry, can't stop eating. No, it's really good. I just would like a little crispier. The breadcrumbs. That's it. But you saw how easy that was. And if you made it with dark meat, forget about it. Be off the chart. Now, I want to know what Doris thinks about my salad. Okay, I don't usually have mint in salad, Daphne. Isn't it weird that I was named Doris? Because I don't think I'm old enough to be named Doris. Oh, wow. This is even better than I thought it was going to be. Okay. This is a full tilt home run. You got to make this. Oh, my God. And I take it back. The sugar snap peas are perfect. Now, you could serve this cold or room temperature, But actually, I like this kind of warm salad if you can cook the sugar snap peas like this. And the combination with the raisins, wow, and the mint. I just kind of made this up in my head after eating something. Now, the way I'll tell you the difference that they did at the restaurant that I'm basing this on. He did a tahini, like kind of a little tahini puree, and put it next to it, which was nice. But I don't think you miss anything not having the tahini puree. Wow, these were home runs. Somebody remind me these were the best dishes I ever made. Okay, let's see. Let's get how the almond cake is going. Oh, I think it might be done. Let's see. And if it is, then we can move on to aperitivo. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to say, Doris, thanks for coming. See you later, Doris. Okay. Bye. Oh, I am 5 by 5 today, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look how good, look how perfect. Look at that. Thank you, David Tanis and Judy Rogers and Alice Waters and all these people who inspired me to make these wonderful dishes. Ouchie Wawa, that looks good. Hold the phone. Wow. God, I hate to cut into it. It looks so good, right? Let me take pictures. Let me take pictures so Taylor's not mad at me. Hang on. The salad. Boy, that salad's a home run. There's that. There's that. And then I have to get one of me being like, oh my God, I can't believe I make such good food. I mean, I guess I should be able to because I'm a culinary professional. That's what I am. A culinary professional. Yeah. That's my thumbnail. Anyway, okay, I think that we should cut into this almond cake. That's what I say. And I'm back with my glasses. I miss my vision. Looks good enough to not share. Oh my God, you're so right. 20, yeah, okay, so I took it out, so we don't have to worry about that. Great, great, great. Oh my God, I look like an unmade bed when I look down. It's not good. It kind of makes you think, no wonder people get to that Golden Girls age and they cut their hair short, because it does hold it together. So let's see about cutting this, and then I'll get to the final. I don't want it to break apart. You know how it is with the bottom and blah, blah. Okay, I'll go to the wine. I'm worried about that food. So this was something that came from, so to speak, from my fiance when he was leaving this morning. I told him what I was making, and he goes, "Are there going to be any nectarines left over?" And I went, "I don't know, maybe a few." And he goes, "Oh, because I love to put them in wine with sugar for a sangria." And I'm like, bing, light bulb. That just said 5 minutes of the end of my life. Thank you very much. So let's get our mason jar. Oh, I know, I'm always a broken record, like when I had my Food Network show. I'm like, you don't know what it was like. We had a staff who just ran up and took your plates away and helped you with, oh, those were the days. Okay, here we go. So, simple as can be. This wine was $4.99, and if you ever need wine to cook with, always buy the cheapest crap you can get, because you don't need to get stuff. You know what we use in restaurants? Cheap crap. We use big old box wine to cook. October Dragonfly. Oh, I love a mason jar drink. You are my kind of gal. Well, you're getting it. So, I'm going to keep some of the wine for some cooking, but let's just do that. There we go. All right. Oh, ooh, it has a terrible bouquet. Just rotten. But it doesn't matter because we're going to load it up with sugar. So it really doesn't matter. And these nectarines are so good and sweet. So I'm just going to chunk it up. Throw it in there. And this is what's so nice. Don't you hate it when you're like, oh, I got that great food, I'm going to eat it, and then you see it's gone south, and you're like, you know, we didn't even use it. You know, there's some things I feed to my chicken. But I would prefer, for humans, to be able to take part in the bounty of our largesse. Okay, big heaping. I'm gonna do 2. And if you know how sugar averse I am, that's a lot of sugar for me. Okay. So we're gonna put that in the mason jar. Now, ideally, we would have this, serve it tonight, but what is that thing? I don't know what that is. Wait, subscribe to enjoy direct messages and more. Oh, that's for me. Anyway, so, but this would be, take it out, drain the fruit, or you could eat the fruit. Actually, I guess people do eat the fruit. But, yeah, it's going to be horrendous. I mean, it's like, but it's going to be fun, and it's going to get you pretty tipsy, as sugar and wine will. And I think it'll go with everywhere. So there you go. Don't waste your fruit. Get some cheap red wine. Throw your fruit in there. A little bit of sugar. Let it rest. It's like your own little moonshine, right? It's your own little moonshine. Okay, I really want to get this apple thing because I have such a pretty. It's not apple. It's nectarine. Stone fruit. Yeah. Okay. Any stone fruit would do. I've used plums. I've used nectarines. Okay, I'm a little annoyed here because I did grease the sides and it's not coming out so well. Oh my God, did I tell you about, speaking of grief, and remember to watch the podcast, Don't Call Me Ma'am. Don't Call Me Ma'am. I don't love the title, but she's a great girl. Anyway, I had a double grief moment when I was cleaning out my mom's house because my husband, my late husband, had bought her really sharp knives that she had never used. And I opened the drawer. And of course, most things as I'm going through the house, because it's me and my 2 sisters are the survivors, so you got to be careful. You can't be like, oh, I'll take the ring that mom always wore. You have to be like, well, we'll talk and we'll see how we divide things and blah, blah, blah. But that was the one. I was like, my husband bought these knives for my mom and I'm taking them. So there you go. But I had to have a little, I was verklempt. I might have done a video about it. I can't remember. It was a moment. So I'm going to poke the sides here. Oh, this is going to work out. So if you're just joining, this is Food Talk TV. Anytime you come to Food Talk TV Lives, you're going to see different culinary creators. I'm Daphne Brogdon, Daph Brog. I'm here on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central. Later today, Mama T is going to be making her food from Oregon. Tomorrow, Trini will be here. Trini cooks. We have all different kinds of culinary creators from all over the country, which I think is terrific. And we all got to meet each other a few weeks back in Dallas, which was very exciting. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. It's a little hard to do this when it's hot, but I'm bound and determined. I know there's some technique I'm not employing, but I should be employing. Problem with having an audience when you're doing something dumb. Like try to skateboard off a roof. I've never done that. Okay. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I got it off. Yay me. Now I want to cut into this. Oh, shut up, convection. Okay. See, it's very thin, which I like. There you go. There it is. There's the nectarine almond cake. And you can imagine a little cup of tea and milk. Yum, yum, yum. So there you go. I got a lot of cool. All right, where am I? Oh, almost time. Okay. So listen, thank you so much for staying with me today. So the meal would start off with, if you want to make this, blanched sugar snap peas and mint with sauteed onion and raisins. Then we also employed some of those same ingredients for my simplified Zuni chicken, which is breadcrumbs, dried raisins, or raisins I guess by definition are dried, breadcrumbs, chicken and arugula. Then we have this recipe, which is from David Tannison. I'll have links to all this. You can use nectarine or plum. It's a very little bit of flour, and but it's a cup of ground almonds. And this cake will last you a couple of days. And then I've got some good old low class mason jar sangria. Taking nectarines, red wine, and sugar. And it is a party here in Los Angeles where we're not under siege. We're having fun. So thank you guys for joining Food Talk TV. Come here anytime and follow my channel, Daphne Brogdon. Thank you guys, all my wonderful regulars, for being here, and thank you for all the newbies who've stopped by. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, give me a follow. Okay, bye. I will see you next week. I'm so stoked how well all this food turned out today. Yay! Yay! Bye. Oh, that's not bye. This is bye. Bacio.